So how do you know that you are growing as a Christian? How do you know? Well, how do you know that you are growing as a human being? As a human being, you get to know you are growing because people will tell you you are growing. Isn't that so? When I was a child, maybe an uncle will come and visit after a long time, hasn't seen you for 6 months or so, and then they'll say, hey, where are you growing to? You have grown tall and you've grown this, and people comment about the fact that you're growing because they see change in you. So one of the first ways for you to know you are growing is that people will comment on it. And when you are growing older too, people comment on it. When you're growing fat, people comment on it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't use fat. You're growing large size, extra large, people comment on it. When you're growing thin, people comment on it. So anytime you're growing, whether growing older, growing younger, growing taller, growing bigger in size, people are going to talk about it. So how do you know you are growing as a Christian? People will talk about it. They're going to say, oh, you used to be like this, now you've changed. You used to be very angry, you used to be very bitter, you didn't used to forgive, you used to be very, very stingy. Now you are very generous, you are more forgiving. You used to be very worried about everything, now you don't seem very worried about everything. People will talk about it. If people are not talking about your life before Christ and after Christ, it means that you're not growing. You're not growing. You are attending church, but you're not growing. Because growth is observable. Growth is observable. So we have to grow in him. And then it says we have to be established in him. We have to get settled in our faith. To be firmly settled in who we are as children of God, not tossed about by any wind of doctrine. And that's a very important thing. The established Christian is not easily tossed about by every wind of doctrine. He's not going to hear something and just shift to it because a preacher said it. They are established. Their roots are deep. Why? Because they know how to study the word and they know how to go to God in prayer. And as a result, they have a spirit of discernment and they are able to tell right and wrong doctrine. The kinds of things people believe these days can be sometimes very frightening.